Have you ever wanted to create a plugin that responds to specific text in your code? It can be a bit tricky, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into how to create an action that fires on hover for a specific text in IntelliJ. I totally understand your frustration. You want your plugin to trigger an action only when hovering over a specific part of your code, like the resource code in an XML or HTML file. You're not alone in this challenge. Many developers face similar hurdles. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked how to create a plugin that triggers an action when hovering over the resource code attribute in their XML file. They want this action to fire only when hovering over the resource code value, which is constant, while the rest of the attributes should remain unaffected. Sound familiar? Let's explore how to achieve this. So what's the challenge here? The key is to identify the specific text you want to respond to and set up your plugin to listen for hover events only on that text. This requires a good understanding of IntelliJ's plugin API and how to handle hover events effectively. And stick around. I have a great tip at the end that will help you streamline your plugin development process. You won't want to miss it. To begin creating the plugin, the user should first set up the IntelliJ Platform SDK. This involves downloading the IntelliJ IDE and configuring the SDK in the project settings. Next, the user needs to create a new action class that will handle the hover event. This class should extend the appropriate IntelliJ action class. Now, the user should implement the logic to detect the specific text hover. This involves using the editor's mouse listener to check if the mouse is over the desired text. Finally, the user should register the action in the plugin's XML configuration file. This will ensure that the action is recognized by the IntelliJ platform. Fun fact, did you know that the first plugins for IDEs were created to enhance coding efficiency? Just like you, developers have always sought ways to make their coding experience smoother. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggested by a user involves implementing a custom documentation provider extension. This allows you to show documentation for specific constructs directly in the IDE when hovering over them. This method can display type information, parameters, and usage descriptions, and can even pull from external resources. Additionally, consider using inlay hints and code inspections for further enhancements. Here's that tip I promised. Always keep your plugin's code modular. This makes it easier to manage and update in the future. Trust me, it will save you a lot of headaches down the road. And there you have it. You now know how to create an action that fires on hover for a specific text in IntelliJ. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips and keep coding